the third day you met me, you proposed. And you gave me your Bombardiers ring, remember? That was my engagement ring. Every day for a whole year, I received a letter. So the postman said, well, Reba, here's your letter from Junior today. So for a whole year, I got a letter every single day. He had those sparkling blue eyes, and he was always smiling, and he was full of energy. He had the same energy 10 years my senior that I had. He's slowed down now as an old man, but he was vibrant and full of energy, and we really had a good time. In August, it'll be 68 years. But we've always worked as a team, and we've learned to respect each other's talents and likes and dislikes. And right now, we're doing reverse roles. For the first half of our marriage are over. He took excellent care of me and everything, so I didn't have any of the worries and responsibilities. But in the senior, challenging period, we've reversed roles, so I'm taking care of him.
Yay! Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
So, we were late today. No, it's not me. It's the 410 guys. So I don't know if you guys remember, like, last year, around this time, that I'd be cursing the 410 every time we got here. It's about that time.
It's starting.
It's either the rain or the snow, and no matter how we try, I always seem to be late. It's okay, though. Welcome, everybody, to here to help you on my TCN TV network. So it's going to be a kind of a fun show, you know.
You know what? It's not every day that we get a chance to go and explore this topic, right? And especially since a lot of other people, when they do go ahead and explore this topic, it's a lot more of the mush, so to speak.
Oh, my God. Black love, which is a wonderful thing, mind you.
Yes, of course. Definitely.
Right?
Especially in the video we just seen, right? I mean, approaching, was it 68 years?
Yeah.
Amazing.
There you go.
I got something.
I got it already.
You got it?
That was black love right there.
Teamwork. Make the dream work, you know what I mean?
So, you know what, Dave? I know you, you, of course, have some stats on some of the things happening with couples. You know what? One of the biggest things that I know, I'll say this is the one stat I know, that there are more single families now than there was during slavery. They had a lot more like two-parent families and partners working together during that time.
I guess the more extremities of a life and death situation, as opposed to right now with all the freedoms that I guess a lot of people feel they may have.
Think that we have?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I don't like it one day, so I'm just not going to do it anymore.
It's like, what is this?
Exactly, right?
Just forgetting what vows mean. I vow to not go through with this vow if the person pisses me off longer than once. And to add to that, because I know you're going to go into stats, but you know what? Something my dad always used to say to me, he's like, listen, to know someone is to live with them.
True.
So a lot of people don't realize the type of partners they have.
Until.
Or you know what, though? Sometimes they do, and then they think they can change them.
Another untruth.
You know, but going off of that, talk to me. What's happening with some of our relationships now?
Okay, so I have two sets of numbers. Now, it was harder to find Canadian numbers because everything that I found under Canadian numbers was going to be under mixed couples, as opposed to directly.
So that right there.
Hold on.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, now, when it comes to mixed couples, right, Toronto is the capital in regards to like interracial marriages.
Interesting.
Very.
Okay.
But
Not surprised, though, actually.
the numbers that I did go ahead and grab were from an article back in 2005. I know it sounds a bit far-fetched. However, though, we'll go ahead and use a comparison to, of course, an American-based numbers of last year. We can see the difference in contrast there, right? So when we look at a number of Canada's ethnic groups, a starting picture emerges. Now, in 2001, 59% of Chinese Canadians were married, right? 66% of South Asian, and 57% of Filipinos.
Okay.
But when it came to us now, we had approximately 41%.
That's it?
That's it.
Married?
Yeah.
Couples?
Yeah.
That's
right?
2005. All right.
Now, with respect to divorce rates, I mean, we were the highest. We were at 8.6%.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Which pretty much doubles, let's say now, 3.6% for, let's say now, Koreans, right, who were married, of course, here, right? So, I mean, back then, you can see the numbers that were very disparaging in regards to, of course, a number of things which could have happened back then, whether it's, of course, just irreconcilable differences, where there's, of course, pressures from the outside world, of course, and just not be able to go in and handle that within their marriage structure, right? So, I mean, it's interesting to know.
Are you surprised, though?
That high?
Yeah.
Well, we've always been fed the American numbers,
Okay.
right? So, for instance, now in America, right, and this is from blackdemographics.com, in 2016, only 29% of African Americans were married.
29%?
29%. Yeah,
boy.
I know, right? So, I mean, once again, you can see.
That's really low.
Yes, yeah.
That's a failing mark. That's like not even F. Didn't they used to give you like N's, like not complete? It's like you did not even complete your marriage.
Exactly, right? So, I mean.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Unreal.
Okay.
Unreal.
Okay. So this is why we're doing this show today, though, because you know what? We do have to show that balance where there is some like negativity when it comes to how Black couples, and I'm going to say this, Black couples are perceived. There is usually that whole idea of the single parent, the single parent family usually being the mom, or as we've noticed sometimes now, the single parent where it is just the father who's involved.
Right.
It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show today, because you know what, like we see the famous couples. We see like this great couple that we just saw who's been together 69 years. We have parents like our parents who've been together like 98 years. And it's like, how do you guys even do this, right? But there is a generation who was raised by that generation who's starting to carry on that idea of, till death do us part, and, loving someone for who they are, and partnership. So there's a section here that I saw that you were going to talk about by Ronnie and Lamar Tyler, the Black and Married with Kids.com.
Yeah. So if anybody hasn't heard of a Black and Married with Kids.com, simply what they do is a lot of like couples, relationships, advice, periodicals, so on and so forth. A lot of articles in regards to, of course, how to go ahead and maintain a strong marriage, right? Their focus was, of course, simply for them not seeing the images, they wanted to go ahead and create these positive images for us to go ahead and see, right? So, however, though, because they started the business as a couple, they wanted to go ahead now and share some of their tips because of success rates.
Okay, so let's look at some of these tips before we go into our power couple today.
No problem. Right. So first, they called the first, I guess, core value would be a couple's code of conduct. Right. And this is what they call pretty much, it's something that's drawn up between, of course, man and wife. Right. Your couple's COC outlines the proper practices between you and your spouse, both in your marriage and in your business, Lamar explains. They define the lines that you will not cross, especially in the presence of others. And they also set a baseline that ensures respect and admiration, which should be upheld, and of course, in private and public settings.
I like that. Yeah, man. Like, I won't cuss you out in public.
Are you sure?
Just depends on what you've done.
See it there.
But even then, though, Dave, I usually just give you the look that I learned from my mom, which means that wait till I get into my house.
Into your house?
Because then you're getting cussed. But it's the respect, though.
Could you show me the look?
I'm not mad at you. You haven't done anything to piss me off today. So I don't know how exactly to show that look. But you know what I'm saying, though? There is that respect that sometimes when you see some women cursing off their men, I'm just like, wow.
Like, what were we watching the other day with the women clapping their hands because the men brought back a Happy Meal?
All type of foolishness. Like, wow. Okay. But the respect. Right. I think that's huge. That's huge.
Right. The second they went into was respecting your strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
Right. I think this is probably like one of the biggest things that I had to learn as well. Right. Especially with us. Because simply, you know what? I'm not going to do things the way that you do it. And of course, vice versa. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're just slower at everything. That's all. I just do a lot faster and a lot more proficient. That's all. But we have an understanding now. We talked about this today, right? Strengths and weaknesses.
Strengths and weaknesses. There we go. Right? You both need to be able to determine and respect what you are each strong at. Just as important as finding your strengths is determining your weaknesses and then handing off those duties to someone who is better suited for the job.
You cook.
Yes, I do.
You're better at it. I like to eat. That's my strength. You see how this works? So this is why we get along so well.
There you go.
All right, next.
Right, vision. right? Without a vision, your business will perish. You have to take the time to develop a vision for where you want to take your business and what the goals are that you hope to achieve. Right. Set goals, of course, in increments, 6 months, a year, 2, 5, so on and so forth.
Very important.
Right.
Goal
And
setting.
don't be afraid to go ahead and revisit to see where you are, see what can be changed, what kind of adjustments, of course. But once again, the ultimate is, of course, reaching that end goal.
All right. That makes sense. And the last one?
Last one is trust, which is such a huge component.
Yeah.
Right. Like respect, if you don't have any trust in your marriage, it's nearly impossible to have it in your business. And if you're going to be in business with anyone, trust must be in place.
Yeah. And marriage is a business, people. You
Yes,
may
it
not
is.
think it is. From time you sign agreement, not contract, agreement.
That's right.
Because we
With a
don't believe in
business.
no con.
No cod business.
So business agreement, you are tied in with that person, and you've got to remember that. So what we'll do is we have two of the, I don't know, I guess couple-wise, I'd rank them up there. I have to.
There we
Next
go.
to Reverend Evangelist Ruben Simit. You know, they definitely, in our age group, in our, I guess you'd call cohort, they definitely are starting to show us what it's like to do all of these, have all these components in there. But what we'll do is we'll wrap up with that beautiful elderly couple.
Yes.
And when we come back, we're going to introduce our super couple. Actually, we're going to introduce one of them. Then we'll introduce the other, and then we'll introduce them both on Here to Help You.
Teamwork, and I think you have to continually be interested in different things. You can't stay stagnant, and you have to change as the world changes too. You can't.
And have faith in one another too.
Right. In the beginning, I do more or less what he wanted me to do, with some concessions.
But she knows what we like, and I know what she likes.
But we
Way back.
we work as a team now with the things.
How long did it take to get there?
A while.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Quick story. One of our favorite movies is Waking Life. We love the movie because in it, one of the characters poses a question. What are the barriers that stop people from reaching their full potential? Oddly enough, the answer lies within another question. What is the most universal human characteristic? Is it fear or is it laziness?
For Ali and I, overcoming these two universal traits is really about finding ways to measure, track, and motivate us along every step of our ambitious goals.
We are the founders of McKenzie Fitness and Coaching. We started this company because we wanted to achieve the best version of ourselves, and we wanted to help others do the same.
And with Ali's focus on health and fitness and my focus on how to unlock your personal, professional, and creative potential, we want to support you on every step of your journey. Have a look around. We've got custom health and fitness plans, e-courses, workshops, videos. There are so many tools. We want to support you on every step of the way of your professional and personal development journey. See you soon.
Welcome back to Here to Help You. Once again, I am Dave Ranking. Today, as you missed our previous segment, we did mention that we were going to go ahead and introduce a power couple in our community. From McKenzie Fitness, Mr. Ali McKenzie. How are you, my brother?
Very good, very good. Thank you for having us.
No worries at all. You know what? I was explaining this to Simone, and we did mention this off the break, how well-rounded that I found out, of course, that your company is at this point in time, with respect, of course, to the diet plan, the meal plan, right? Even the cold pressed juices, right? Let's take you back now from the inception of the business in regards to fitness. What made you want to go ahead and start this?
Yeah, good question. Me and my wife are both we're both big on health and fitness. For myself, I'm a little longer in the tooth. I've been working out, training for over 25 years.
Okay.
So when we decided to do something together, fitness was just a natural fit. So we got into meal plans first.
Okay.
I was doing that for people. Everyone asks you if they see, you might work out a bit. I don't want to say I'm in great shape or decent shape. They ask you what you've done or what do you do, what do you eat, So I started to do meal plans for individuals. And then, people ask about training. They're looking for training tips. So, you give them some training tips. You message people, you send emails. And it just grew to a point where we're getting so many questions, the both of us, and you'll see when my wife comes on as well. She's getting questions after she had the baby and lost a lot of weight. What has she been doing? What do you guys do?
Right.
So that's when we decided to actually put it all together in an ebook. So that's what you see that we had.
Excellent feature. Regarding the ebook now, how easy was it for that to be put together?
It was easy for me because I just did the content for my book, and my wife is the one who creates the magic, and she's the one who put it all together, put the package around it, edited it. She was the editor. She did all the heavy lifting. Okay. I was just, here's the meals, here's the workouts, and then
make it look nice.
Yeah, and she did the rest, and it came out fantastic.
Beautiful. What would you say would be the hardest thing now in regards to now being a couple and of course running this business at this point in time?
I wouldn't say the hardest thing, but one of the challenges, since we have a new baby, who's 7.5 months old, shout out Ava. We were going to bring her, but we felt it would have been too much noise on set with her crying in the back.
I can understand.
It's not hard, but a challenge is working around her and still getting things done and not using that as an excuse. So if I have to come in and I have to do some writing or I have to get back to some clients on email, or if Chloe has to, we have to be flexible and be able to change each other off.
Right.
We have no excuses. It's not that, she does everything or I do everything. You just never know what's going to happen on that day. So we're both just open to giving. So that's how we overcome that challenge. Whatever I need, if I need to get a workout in, even though she's been with the baby all day, she'll give me an hour to go get that workout in. And then I'll take the baby when I come home, and it allows her to do her thing, work on her book or, coach her clients, etc. So that's one
excellent.
Of the biggest challenges.
That's excellent. In the video that we had prior to, of course, to the segment, we had the elderly couple. They pretty much mentioned in regards to teamwork and how this achieves, of course, longevity within a marriage. How important is teamwork for you and, of course, for yourself and your wife?
Yeah, it's 100%. I think we're a great team. And I never want to toot our horn too much, but we'd be up there with the Lakers and one of those big teams. Those dynasty teams. It's still early though. Our 4-year anniversary is in a few weeks.
Oh wow!
But or actually in a week. Yes, but it's essential. I know some couples. I'm not going to say any names, but one of the spells is it has to be 50-50 every single day. We find that that's impossible to achieve. Like a good team is, and I'll use myself, if I'm tired and I just don't have it today, someone come off the bench, or someone who comes into the game and they just don't have it, someone else has to carry the team.
Right.
And she'll carry the team and not make me feel bad that she had to carry the team that day. And I'll do the same. If she just doesn't have it that day, the babies gave her the run around all day, let me go that extra extra mile and do whatever it takes. It's just being unselfish. You know,
Excellent.
that's what really makes a good team.
Beautiful. Let's pop into a couple questions regarding the video that we saw, just to go ahead and introduce the break here. I'm sorry, the segment that is. The two human characteristics, fear and laziness.
I love that.
Describe how they, of course, they would go ahead and hamper, let alone a dream, but of course the fitness. Let's talk about the fitness journey.
Yeah, that's my favorite concept. I wish you would have given me the question before. I could have prepared for it a little bit better. But that's I believe that so much is like what holds individuals back. It's, you know, and at the core of it, it's usually either fear or laziness. You know, what is it for you? And the sooner you can discover that, is the sooner you could overcome that and achieve. You asked in relation to the book?
Yes.
It's the fear of putting yourself out there that we all have. You're gonna open yourself up to criticism, to scrutiny. You know, if you're afraid people are gonna say something, you might look foolish, which we all don't want to look. But it's just getting past that fear. So for myself, I could admit, you know, honestly, that's fear. So even like this stage is a lot for me. You'll see my wife, she's like, no problem. This is like walking in the park for her, you know. But for me, like this is something. It takes me a while, like to get comfortable and do my thing. So put myself out there. But I realized you can't get where you want to get unless you put yourself out there.
Right.
You know, how did you meet your wife? You probably had to approach her. You know, so that's fear. You have to get over that fear. So I realized if you can conquer and combat that fear and use it as fuel instead, you know, you understand that, yes, you're going to be afraid, but you do it anyway. You know, that's how you accomplish great things. So that's what we're trying to do together. And lazy, I'm not lazy because my dad wasn't lazy and we weren't allowed to be lazy. But people have that as well. So that's why a lot of the hashtags I use is hashtag don't be lazy.
Right.
You know, like drag yourself to the gym, force yourself to do it. Don't listen to the lazy, you know, your lazy part of your brain that just wants to sit down and eat too much and drink too much. And, you know, it's fun and sometimes you need those days. But to accomplish anything, it takes work. You know, so you got to just, you know, don't be lazy.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Our next question is, these two human characteristics, the same as we're talking about, the fear and the laziness now. Now let's go ahead and result in now with respect to, of course, some of your clients. How do you now overcome this, right, and get them to see, of course, either it's the fear or the laziness which is going and holding them back?
Yeah, this is another great question, Dave. I'm not going to single anybody out. Any of my clients who are going to watch this, they're all fantastic. My clients, go-getters. Right. I find with most people, if I could be honest, it's most people are lazy, a little bit of laziness. Okay. And I don't say like I'm better than anyone, meaning like I'm lazy too sometimes, meaning like I don't always feel like getting up to do what I'm supposed to do. But most people have legitimate excuses in terms of they come home, they have kids to take care of, they have maybe some work that they carried home. So, you know, they legitimately can say, I can't get my workout today, I don't have time to eat healthy, and that's their excuse. So I wouldn't call them lazy, but they let those challenges stop them from, you know, accomplishing what they want to accomplish. What I've realized, and I'm just starting to touch my foot in the water and realize this is how you know, become successful and can potentially become great, is that you have to, no matter what it is, just do it regardless. Right. Just force yourself. And that's when real accomplishment happens. So you have every excuse in the book, but you did it anyway. Right. That's huge. You know, so you could accomplish so much that day. And that feeling that you get, you realize, oh, that's how the greats do it. I'm assuming I'm not there yet. I don't think that must be how they did it. You know, they had every excuse in the book, but they didn't use it. Right. You know, they went to work anyway. So that's what I'm trying to do. No matter what the excuse is, how good it is, get to work.
My last question before the break, was there now, of course, we made the sports reference of, you know, being a dynasty, of course, the Lakers now.
Want to be, eventually.
Exactly, right? Yeah. But let's take it now, of course, to the fitness journey. Is there now, for instance, now a bodybuilder or an actual trainer out there that you look at them and as their inspiration?
Oh, geez, all of them. Anybody who's putting themselves out there, who's accomplishing, not even just the winners, but the guys competing, the girls competing from the WBFF, and those are just bodybuilding federations, IBFF, Olympia. I follow all those guys for motivation. It's just seeing people, not necessarily exactly where you want to be, but motivating you to do what you have to do to get where you need to be, and you see the hard work, the dedication. You canceling social events and not being as social because you got to get your workouts in, you got to keep your diet right, etc.
Right.
Because there's bigger goals out there than just you just want to do more than have fun on a day-to-day basis. When you get a little bit older, you realize, okay, I want to leave some sort of legacy for my daughter.
Right.
And what am I showing her besides, we have a great time every weekend. That's great, and you have to do that sometimes. Yes. But, sometimes some weekends you have to work. Some months you have to work, and some years you have to work when you want to accomplish something bigger than yourself.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, Ali McKenzie from McKenzie Fitnesses. Before we go to the break, you want to go ahead and tell the people where they can go ahead and find you?
Oh, yeah. So I guess the best place, Instagram, at McKenzie Athletics. That's McKenzie MC. I'm sure they'll put it up as well.
We'll get it up on the running board. That's for sure. We'll be right back after these messages.
Monday, I asked you guys, do you have a plan for your goals? Or do you know what your goals are? You know that 3 months ago, I set out on plan with Ali to be in my best shape. And so this is the baby weight. So I'm showing you guys the product after 3 months. Want you to know that this is something that anybody can do. Ali and I are putting together the plans for you guys in August, not only to get fitter and in better shape, but for those of you that really don't know what your goals are and need some coaching to get clear, I've got some programs for that as well. So stay tuned. Feeling great. Can go eat some burgers and have some ice cream now. Vacation tomorrow.
I was not ready. All right, guys, welcome back. So we started with Dave and I, introducing. Then we had the masculine side of the power couple. Now I would like to introduce the beautiful, bright, lovely, feminine side. The side that pulls it all together. Right. The side that if she wasn't there, the house would fall apart. The side that does everything. Yes, Miss Chloe McKenzie. Welcome, darling.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to talk about that video that we just showed. So that video there, I want you guys to know, first of all, how many months after your baby
was that? 5.5 months.
5.5 months. Okay. I said 3. I was like pushing it up a little bit, but like close. 5, 3, whatever.
3 would have been aggressive. Yeah.
Okay. But 5.5 months. I know women right now who have never been pregnant. Then the looks up. So
gotta put in that work.
Kudos, boo.
Thank you.
Kudos to you, man. Honestly, I remember when I first saw that, I was just like, yeah. So when the Pickney them come, I already know who I'm calling.
That's right.
And I saw the work because there's some other videos. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go through all that. But what was it like? Because I wanted to do this segment for women. What was it like going from? I have a picture. Let's put it up because it's a lovely picture of them. We have some pictures. You got the pictures, right? Yeah.
My big belly.
Yeah, with the belly. With the belly. So going from that to like abs of steel.
You know what? It's amazing how much your body changes when you're pregnant.
when you're, carrying a baby, your body is literally doing everything to prioritize the health of the baby. So you're putting on extra cushion everywhere. You've got the swollen joints. You've got fluid in places you didn't know fluid should be collecting. Wow. So it's pretty amazing. And then when you actually have the baby, a lot of that stuff doesn't immediately just go away now that the baby's out in the world. You have a lot of recovery to do. You still have a lot of pain and swelling. And if you're somebody like myself who ended up having an emergency C-section, there's some real, internal recovery that needs to happen.
So that's after a C-section too?
Yes.
So it was like 3 months then, technically.
Yes.
Because there's a healing. I know you were not working out right after.
Right. I started working out about 6 weeks.
I was right. So it's about 3 months. See? Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, no, we gave ourselves a 3-month time window to have a target to see how I could do within 3 months.
Awesome.
But, trying to go from all the things that your body has now done, these amazing things to bring a human into the world, to get to a place where you can feel strong again and you can, love your body and celebrate it for what it's done. It took a lot of not only physical hours in the gym, but, a little bit of a mental shift and reframe and just getting the perspective that your body will never be what it was, but it can be something even better and even more incredible after having the baby.
So how important was Ali in this transformation? Because this is the whole thing I do want to make sure I'm bringing, is the fact that they worked together. This is not a one-man show.
You bet.
Even you getting to where you were took a team effort. So talk to us about that. Like, was he just like, get up?
I tell this to everyone. Ali is like the biggest supporter of supporters. And that's for me, but that's really actually for anybody in his life, whether it's his friends or his sisters. He's the first person you would call because he's going to show up if you're looking for support. Right. So his support was, I couldn't have done it without him, not only using his knowledge of fitness and nutrition, but we were in the trenches together. We both set a 3-month timeline and, we're prepping meals together. We're spending time in the gym together. But it's also him being able to relieve me of some of the duties I would normally have as a mom. I'm very fortunate that Ali does a lot of the cooking in the house as well.
Girl!
But even that being, that balancing out the duties.
Girl!
I can't say enough about
that's
how
a whole
important
conversation.
It was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Couldn't have done it better.
So you love food too, eh?
I do love
It's
food.
a very special thing when your man can cook. Yes. I'll tell you that much. And he has no choice because his mom can cook.
Mm-hmm.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Lord. Okay, so there's a couple things. That movie, Waking Life, I saw that movie when I was in university, which was a while back. Mm-hmm. How did you come across that movie? And because it seems like that has definitely helped you guys with this whole transformation you both have had to go through. Mm-hmm. So talk to us about Waking Life, kind of what it's about a little for those who don't know, and how you've used that in your life.
It was a bit of a spark for us, for sure, and thinking about what we wanted to do together. He introduced me to the movie. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's really interesting because it brings all sorts of animations and weird effects to have these very stark conversations about the human psyche and the things inside of our head. Yeah. So for myself, who really represents the coaching arm of the business, it's equally important in thinking about these concepts of fear and laziness being the two ultimate reasons that people do not push forward towards their goals. People do not pursue the things that they say are important to them. So this is the main reason that we decided to actually start the company, because we want to not only lead by example, but help other people push through these two things that they feel like are holding them back.
Right. And how has the, what's the word I'm looking for? When people, response. See, I was there. How was the response? What's the response been to the McKenzie? Because you guys are creating a brand for yourselves.
You bet.
How's the response been to the McKenzie brand?
Very positive. We had thought about it, about doing the fitness and coaching as separate elements of the business, but we knew that together, bringing our strengths and bringing all of our gifts together, we could be stronger. So I think us standing as a couple behind this brand really actually makes the reception much warmer, and it's something that people actually aren't used to seeing. We have a bit more of an appeal to the women, to the men, and then together as a unit.
That balance. Okay, so cravings. I want to talk about a few things when it comes to, because with women, men have cravings too, but we're hormonal. So we have them more. And this is a question, this was actually a personal question for me. How do you resist those cravings? Because they come and they're vicious. When I want like chocolate, I want it. When I want ice cream, I know it's bad for me. And they would be like, you're not having ice cream. So I'll sneak and get...
Just digging in the
Absolutely.
fridge late at night.
I am that person who
Little
sneaks
mouse.
for ice cream. How do you resist? What is one thing you could give for women? Because a lot of women, I think that's where we fall short, is we get hung up on these cravings sometimes. We're just like, oh, we really need it. We're just going to have it this once. But then that once turns into like 10 times.
Well, I will say, Ali and I are foodies. We, like, Ali's favorite thing is a butter tart, although he's got really good self-control, so you don't really see him, digging around for one. But one of the things that we preach, we're not about, restricting yourself from having the things that you enjoy. We really think about health and what we eat holistically. And also thinking about, what activities do we do in a day that will allow us to eat the foods that we love to eat.
Okay.
So for me personally, I've got my sweet tooth craving. I love brownies. I love myself a Dairy Queen Blizzard I will have at any time of the day.
Yes, so I can eat them?
You can eat them if you worked out that day. No. But, I definitely enjoy myself a treat. But it's got to be everything in moderation. You're not having that every day, so that when you do have it, it tastes real good and you can enjoy it and not feel guilty about it.
The Score Brownie Blizzard with caramel.
Score. Score is my jam.
But, ladies, if you're going to eat it, you got to work out that day. It's legit. You have to kind of count your calories in a way.
No, it is. That's exactly what it is. It's the concept of calories in, calories out. You got to be burning more calories than you're taking in if you want to lose weight. So, stuff like ice cream ain't gonna help you unless you're burning lots of calories.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is in our next segment, we're gonna bring the couple. So we're gonna bring fitness and coaching together, because they, with their brand, not only have started with the fitness and coaching, they also have not one book, but you guys have two or working on two. Okay, so 2 books, again, feminine, masculine, and they also have a juice and cleansing line. Yes,
we do.
So we're going to listen, telling you this is possible. Legacy people, come back to hear all about this on Here to Help You. See you guys soon.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
So we got all of us. Look at my little one in the corner. Welcome, guys. If you are just joining us, we have, I call them the super couple. Beside us, Mr. Chloe McKenzie, yes. Mr. Ali McKenzie, and this is Chloe McKenzie. So thank you again, guys. I do want to thank you both for coming on. Honestly, I have known Ali since I was like 5 or something. I don't even really know how old I was. I just remember he was there. I don't remember anything much more than that. Forever, yeah, he's just been there. And then, of course, I was introduced to his lovely, it was woman at the time, who then came fiance, and then became wife, and now is wife and mother. So congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
You guys have an anniversary coming up in a week?
Yeah, next week.
That's right, yes.
October 10th.
4 years.
4 years, man. Yeah. That's guaning. And that's 4 years, but you dated before that how many years?
It was all quite quick. We dated before we actually got married. About 2.5 years we were together.
2 years.
So 6.5 years total as a couple. Yes. Wonderful. And then you guys, of course, made it official. And you guys are doing some official things.
We are.
So let's talk about your books, and I will have Anisha after put them up. So there's, first, Ali, let's talk about Fit After 40. Give me a little bit of a quick rundown about that, where people can find it. And I think we have to do like a giveaway or something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm taking one. Already. Yeah. Just like, that's already.
You're in your 20s, no?
Yeah, Ali, I'm still vexed at you, Regin. Like, it's not working, guys.
Let's try to come back.
No comebacks. Okay, so Fit After 40.
Yes, it's Fit After 40. So the ebook, it's about 30 pages, tons of information to help people get to where they want to get fitness-wise and health-wise. Started about, I guess we started thinking about this a few years ago. And then, we've always been doing meal plans and training for individuals, and Chloe does coaching for individuals. And then we said, let's make it official. Let's do a book. So why I did Fit After 40, because a lot of my friends in that age group, you're starting to see the dad bods come out and the bellies and stuff. And I want to kind of like break up that, that whole, not myth, because it's true, but
it happens.
It's how can we combat that? How can we fight it? So the book gives you exercises that for people who are 40 that most likely are not going to cause you to get injured.
Because you're old.
Not a lot of Olympic lifts. And that sort of thing where you're 20, you could have an Olympic bar drop on your head and be okay. We focus on a lot of dumbbells and exercises and that sort of thing. That's going to get you the same results and make sure that you don't get injuries. Because all jokes aside, why people end up struggling and gaining a lot of weight is if they're trying to work out and you get a knee injury, you get a back injury from lifting too heavy, or something slips and that takes you out for months, and how quickly the weight can pile on.
Absolutely.
So the book addresses that, and then the diet as well, which is usually a struggle for people. So tons of health tips and recipes, to get your body, get your metabolism going and help you lose weight and stay in shape.
Fantastic. And Fit After Baby.
Yeah, I think if we had to summarize this, we would be redefining the mom bod and the dad bod. But Fit After Baby is a comprehensive program, home workouts and meal planning for moms, let's say, really any time, but it focuses on moms who are within a year of having given birth. Okay. There's a lot of education I actually had to do to understand what was going on internally and how that was going to affect the aesthetic of my body. I have all the content and learnings from meeting with a pelvic floor physiotherapist, learning how to, heal what they term the mom pooch, which is an actual medical ab separation. So my book addresses, repairing and rebuilding from the inside. We've got all the workouts with illustrations that really show you how to sculpt and build, really aesthetic muscle shape once you start to shed the weight. And again, we've got a food as fuel section, not only addressing how to shed the weight with the foods that you eat, but for those who, like me, may be breastfeeding while they're trying to be active. That's a whole other game in terms of how your nutrition and how your activity could affect your milk supply. So there's recipes with all of that factored in and in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good book, no?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. How'd you get these? How'd you get these, Nisha? Was this Dave? Was this Ali?
We have sniped him in here.
Oh, yes. Good after 40.
Bam, bam.
What? That's awesome. awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize. That looks sick.
There it is.
I love it. Look at you two. Yeah. Very, very proud. Okay, so I know you guys did have a cleansing line, a body detox. So talk about that and why you guys are going to kind of shift that into another focus. So talk about that, what it was before, and how that's shifting.
The cleanses started, I think must have been after a holiday when everybody could actually use a cleanse or just a detox. So me and Chloe came up with this 3-day cleanse that we started to do. And it's just juices which we've, I guess, picked up from like my father and her family, you know, Caribbean culture. They do a lot of carrot juicing and beets and that sort of thing. Yeah. So then it kind of upgraded it with some almond milk in it and some green apple and that sort of thing. Not all together. I know that sounds gross, but three different drinks, 3 different recipes. And then I did the 3-day cleanse. I lost 9 pounds and I posted the picture online and I posted the picture of the juices. And then people instantly, everyone wants a quicker fix because 3 days is better than like my book is 60 days, Chloe's is 90. So, you know, 3 days, gonna lose some weight. You know, it took off from there, and from there, I guess, kind of snowballed, and people started to ask us, okay, after we finish the cleanse, well, what do we do?
No. Now what?
So then
we
that's
lost
how.
9.
Yeah. And that's how, we lost 9 and then gained back 10, you know, in a few months' time or we, you know, a couple weeks' time. So that's how the books came about, for at least for After 40.
Right.
You know, it was, okay, so after you're done your cleanse, you know, you've, you know, set up a pretty good foundation. And now here's the book giving you your meal plan and different ideas and meals and how to, you know, reduce calories. And I think Chloe talked about it a little earlier. How do you reduce, or how do you get into a caloric deficit? So you're putting out more energy than you're taking in. So the book tells you how to do that, you know, how to keep active even when you're not working. So working out, so we call it active rest. Keep moving, go for long walks after dinner. So you and Dave go on a nice long walk after dinner, even though you're not working out, you're still keeping active, keeping your blood flowing, etc. It works. You can, and that's it. So it was just a natural progression from here's what you do after the cleanse. Here's how you continue that health journey and take it to the next level.
You know what? You were saying something that makes sense. I can see why people would go from, they'd lose 9 pounds and gain back 10 because you're cleansed now, which is wonderful. Right. But then you go right back to your old habits.
100%.
So it's like emptying a garbage can and then filling it back up
right
again.
Back up, exactly.
That's why, some of the new stuff that we're working on really puts health in perspective from more of a longer term position. Right. So the cleanse is good for kind of a quick snap your body back.
And then the work begins.
Right.
Then the work begins, exactly. It's not over once you've done the cleanse.
That's right. So as an example, you know, soon you'll see what we have coming up is the Healthy Caribbean Cookbook. So, you know, before the cleanses that we're doing now with the beet and the carrot, before, you know, our Caribbean family adds the condensed milk and all that, we say stop right there.
Yes.
Hold on. Stop right there.
Stop, Chloe. Let me stop you for a second right now. You cannot take away the condensed milk.
I'm sorry. It's not doing you no good.
What?
You know, my late father, they'd make the carrot juice, which is fantastic, and then put copious amounts of sugar and cream inside the carrot juice. And even at a young age, I realized you're probably killing the carrot juice. And it's no good for you. And even ackee and saltfish, which is Jamaica's national dish, my parents, or my mom who cooks a lot, she thinks oil is gravy. You know, like the oil. And I was like, why is there so much oil in this? My mom is a fantastic cook. But I'm like, oil is not gravy. This is oil. You know, so we're doing a healthy take on, you know, some of our favorites. I'm Jamaican background or Jamaican descent, and Chloe's of Guyanese background. So we're going to mix all the different Caribbean cultures together and create something that people could actually use.
And leave the condensed milk.
We might maybe leave a little bit of the condensed milk. just for you.
Please. I need a little bit. Okay, so we have a cookbook coming up in the future.
Yes.
Where else can we, Chloe, where can we find you? Because women need to find you. Let's be real, guys. You need to find her. I don't know if you have seen her body, but did you see the video?
Well, please connect with me on Instagram at Project McKenzie. So not only do I share fitness tips, but some of the best coaching principles and personal development hacks to get your life going. But you'll find a link to the Fit After Baby and Fit After 40 programs from my Instagram page.
very interactive. I want to thank you too. Long overdue, and I said this, long overdue, guys, for coming in.
Yeah,
and
thank
I
you.
really, really appreciate it. This guy's like, yeah, you took way too long. I'm family, but it's okay.
No, before we go quickly, I have to say, no, thank you so much because you've been a great influence. Like I said, I've known you for a long time, and Chloe, as you can see, is the natural, and me, this is not really my platform. I like the pictures, you can see me and then contact me. I do that really well, but it's when you started to do your social and this show, and just started to, and I think I told you, you just started to take the selfie videos and that sort of thing, and that's where I honestly got my confidence, and I was like, if Simone's doing this, I'm doing it too. And that was the first time I did a selfie video was after seeing you, so thank you very much, and thanks.
Yeah,
thanks
man,
for
you
having
hear
me.
that, dear? Yeah. Mom, you hear that? Mom, come on, I told Mom, go, Ali's up on the show.
No,
All of
but
our
you
families
two
are watching.
keep leading by example. You guys
Yeah.
talk about us as power couple. Kudos to you guys as
Killing
power
it.
couple.
Yes,
We're
big
watching
up.
you and keep leading in the community. So
Thank you. Guys, it's happening. Clearly, we are 2%. 2 of us, I think 2%. Of the 29% that are still together. It's fantastic. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Please find them. If you are having any fitness woes, find them. You have to find them, especially moms. Again, just go back and watch the video when you saw her. That's a steal. Guys, have a wonderful Tuesday. Be safe. It is raining out there. We'll see you guys next week. And stay here for What Matters with Erica. See you guys next week. Bye.